Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jets Show. And after waiting the entire day to sign a free agent, the New York Jets are finally on the board in free agency, signing guard John Simpson to a 2-year, $18 million deal, paying him $9 million a season. What is there to know about John Simpson? Well, he started every game for the Ravens last season, started all 19 games. So he's a healthy player. The Jets need guys that can be available. So first off, that's a big plus. The Jets have signed a healthy offensive lineman. He also was pretty solid in pass protection last season, only allowing 1 sack. Overall, pretty good pass blocking metrics. Was average, a little bit to below average when it came to run blocking last season. Wasn't the best at it, but also throughout his career, he's been a better run blocker than he was a pass blocker. So it looks like he's improving a bit in the pass blocking area, and if he can kind of get back to where he was throughout his career when it came to run blocking, then maybe, he can turn out to be a solid guard for the Jets, this upcoming season. But he also had 11 penalties last year, which is definitely not the best thing in the world. I mean, the Jets were already the most penalized team in the NFL last season. If not the most penalized team, they were up there for one of the most. So the fact that you're signing a guard that had the second most penalties among all starting guards in the NFL last year isn't exactly ideal, but of course, hopefully the Jets are trying to make him get his penalty numbers down or something of that sort. He also wasn't drafted by the Ravens either. He was drafted by the Raiders in 2020 in the 4th round, and they cut him after 3 disappointing seasons. And then he gets signed by the Ravens to a future/reserve contract. Had no expectation to start, and the next thing you know, this dude's a starting guard for Baltimore. And, definitely played his way into a nice little payday, so congratulations for Simpson for that. But just definitely an interesting signing. Of course, everyone heading into free agency had the Kevin Dotson, Robert Hunt dreams, but Joe Douglas was simply just not going to give a guard that much money. He was not overpaying for a guard. I mean, you could even argue $9 million for John Simpson's an overpay, but he wasn't trying to pay the $20 million a year that Robert Hunt got. And that's definitely very understandable, especially when the Jets have other needs. But let's just see what else they do on the offensive line. And at least with John Simpson, he very well could turn into a depth signing, because with the way this Jets offensive line plays out, you never know. We could still very well sign someone like Kevin Zeitler. We could still go out and sign a tackle and move Elijah Vera Tucker to guard, or sign another guard, move AVT to tackle. There's just so much the Jets could do because we have these versatile pieces already on our offensive line. But John Simpson, welcome to the New York Jets. Just finished my video about John Simpson, and literally as soon as I pick up the phone, the New York Jets are signing another free agent. This time it's former 49er Javon Kinlaw. So what is there to know about Kinlaw? Well, first off, he signed a 1-year deal with the New York Jets. How much money it's going to be worth is yet to be unknown. Probably nothing too crazy. Somewhere in that $3 to $4 million range is what I'm projecting for Kinlaw. He's a former 13th overall pick, so he has talent. He's also extremely athletic, which is obviously something we know the New York Jets like. Last season, I guess, was sort of a career year for him. He had 13.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, had a PFF pass rushing grade of 70.3 and 31 total pressures. So he was producing on that defensive line for the 49ers last season, and, kind of sort of a rotational role. He, of course, is familiar with Robert Saleh, playing a year for him in 2020. Robert Saleh was the defensive coordinator with the 49ers whenever they drafted Kinlaw. So this is definitely one of Saleh's guys, and definitely someone that he wanted to bring over to the New York Jets. And sure enough, it took him 3 years, but the Jets finally got Javon Kinlaw. Now, a lot of people might be looking at the fact that he's 6'5" and 315 pounds, that he's coming here to be a replacement for Al Woods, but he's probably going to either be replacing Solomon Thomas or Quentin Jefferson, because his run defense grade was 27.6 last year. This dude was horrendous when it came to stopping the run. So, I mean, Javon Kinlaw is, coming here to be a rotational pass rushing defensive tackle for the New York Jets. We're still looking for that run stuffer to add to this defense, and hopefully bringing back Solomon Thomas or Quentin Jefferson. Maybe even both of the Jets decide to get weird, but Javon Kinlaw bringing over to the Jets. I think this is a solid signing, a solid rotational depth piece. We also made a re-signing earlier in the day, a very good re-signing at that. Greg Zuerlein is back for 2 more years. Greg the Leg, who made 35 of his 38 field goals last season and 15 of his 16 extra points, is back on a 2-year, $8.4 million deal, paying him $4.2 million a season. Thank Jesus, New York Jets have finally found himself a kicker, and welcome back to New York, Greg Zuerlein. But hopefully the New York Jets are a lot more active tomorrow, and we'll have to see what happens. But I'm yours, Jets, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.